EVOLPOW M2B Brute full review. So I've now been using this for about a month or two, over a month, about 2 months. I've finally been using it, putting it through the ringer, and I finally got my full review coming to y'all today. I've had times to try all the different things out, a part of the rack. I will say this, I'm super happy I got the rack. I like the rack, but there are some pros and there are some cons, and we'll get into all of that today in this video, so stick around. First and foremost, we're just gonna run through all the features of the rack because this rack is full of features. And I do want y'all to let y'all know, if y'all wanna pick up this rack after you watch the video, I will drop a link down in the description, an affiliate link that'll give you a little discount on the rack. And I do have to be transparent, EVOLPOW did send this out to me free of charge, but I'm not gonna let that change my opinion on the rack because there are some downsides. So I am gonna let them know so they can make their product better, they can improve it and make their product better for their customers. So that's the whole idea. And I wanna let y'all know and be transparent just in case something I point out may be a deal breaker for you or may not. I mean, it's probably not gonna be a deal breaker, just being honest, but just to let y'all know, I have one side of a 2-car garage, so I'm very limited on space. So I needed a rack that could do a lot of stuff, and that's why I got this one. So now I can do so much more with this rack than the old rack that I had, because I just had a power rack. So let's go ahead and hop in right into it. All right, so first and foremost, we're gonna hop into all the features of the rack. So we'll start out on the front. Of course, you got your pull-up bar, like most racks. So it has a multi-handle. So you have this handle, wide handle, and you can even do in the middle there. So that's on the top. I don't remember the exact dimensions. I can find the dimensions. I'll leave a link to it so y'all can see all the dimensions. But I have 8-foot ceilings, and it's this tall, so, or maybe 9-foot ceilings. I can't remember exactly. If you have a garage, it'll fit in your garage. It's a little bit shorter than most racks, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. So the front part of the rack is obviously a power rack. So you can use it like any other power rack, and it comes with some J-hooks. So it comes with your J-hooks. You get 2 of those, and you have 1-inch holes, and there is 13 1-inch holes on the front. So 13 different adjustments you can put your J-hooks on, so you can do all kinds of different lifts. So you have all the way down. And then it also comes with these safety spotter arms. They go in just like so. There is an upgraded pack. So it has a base pack that you can buy for the rack, and then there's an upgraded accessories pack. So that, like, the upgraded accessories includes this wall, this and all like the accessories, but the normal one does come with a lot of accessories too. So definitely check that out. Check out the listing. I would recommend go ahead and getting the accessories pack. I don't think it's that much more. It does add a little bit of money to the cost, but you're already saving a lot of money by getting this rack. So I would get it. I will say this is, I believe, 14 gauge steel on this rack. I believe it is. It's not as thick as like a Rogue rack or a Rep rack. I think it's 14 gauge on the front. Then down here, you also have your foot plate. Oh, I forgot to mention, you have a functional trainer built in. That's the main reason I wanted this rack. It has a built-in functional trainer, cable machine, cable crossover, whatever you want to call it. It comes with some D handles. It comes with all the attachments. We'll get into those. But you have your pulley system right here on the front, and it can go up and down. So you can pull this down, and you can go all the way down. There's 11 different levels of the functional trainer, and you can go down, but you will have to take the J-hook off and the spotter arm to go down, obviously, because they're in the way. The cool thing about this one is it also has a built-in Smith machine. Check that out. So not only do you get the power rack out front, and you can use it, it's kind of like a half rack, really what it is. You also have the Smith machine, which I love this. That's also why I wanted this one, because with the built-in functional trainer and the built-in Smith machine, you can do so many more exercises with this, like a ton. Anything you want to do, like anything you need to do, you can pretty much do with this rack. So, and then you have different levels you can hook your Smith machine on. It does have like little hooks right here and right here, so you just turn it and you can lock it in wherever you need it at. But I have it up at the top, out of the way. To give you reference, I'm 5'9", and this is as high as the bar goes. So if you're 5'10", you may be able to fit under here, maybe not. Anything over 5'10", you're not gonna be able to fit under here. So you'll just have to duck when you go under, but it's not a huge deal. That's just as high as the functional trainer would go. And then down here on each side, we have our trolleys. These trolleys are for their weight for the functional trainer. So that's how you add a resistance to the functional trainer, is you put them right here, and there's a peg on each side. I will show y'all some close-ups as we're talking about this. There's a peg on each side of that. All right, so here is this, it's kind of like a diamond plate, like storage thing right here where you can put all your accessories. So the upgraded pack comes with this wide grip bar. It also comes with these little hooks that I have these hooking on. You can hook them wherever you want. It comes with this kind of T-bar row bar. It also comes with straight bar, comes with a rope, comes with two D handles. So this is for the leg press. So there's a leg press that you can hook on to the Smith machine. I'll show y'all that. Comes with extra carabiners, and it comes with the extra clips that you can put on each one of the things. I don't really use the clips. And it also comes with an ankle strap as well that you can hook up to the functional trainer. And then this one, the shelf is also included with the upgraded pack. This does not come in the regular pack, but it does have a storage shelf here. And then you also have dip handles. So you have 2 dip handles. They just hook right here on the front, and they have a place that you can store these. Keep them out of the way. You can store them right down here. I'll show y'all that in a minute. And then you also have the EVOLPOW branding up here, just for a little extra, little pizzazz there. And then I do have my rack pushed up against the wall, but you can see it does come with plate storage on the back. So there's 1, 2, and 3 plate storages on the back. If you want to use those, you will have to pull your rack off the wall a little bit, but I decided to push my rack against the wall more, so I pretty much can't use the plate storage for my big weights. I have them down here, but you can still use it for the change plates. So I have my 10s and I have my 5 and 2 right there. So it does come with 6. There's 3 on this side and 3 on the other. So it does come with plate storage if you want to utilize that. But yeah, this is the rack. Super nice. Get you a full like 360 view here. So this is the side of it. Got my boy G out here hanging out with me. Say what up, G. All right, and just to show y'all how you load up these trolleys right here, you'll just get your weight. It's pretty simple. EVOPOW was nice enough to send out these nice EVOPOW weights as well, but you just take them, slide them on, and boom, you're ready to use the functional trainer. And the good thing about this one is you don't actually have to put even weight on each side. So there's a peg on that side as well. You don't have to put a 35 on this side and a 35 on that side. You can use it by just loading up one side or the other. So that's really nice and really convenient. So that way you don't have to balance it out. Like you can still use it just like this. So we'll show y'all. So yeah, you just have to load it up on one side, and if you want to use it, you can just boom, just like so. That's how you use the functional trainer. There's so many different workouts you can do with the functional trainer. I'm not gonna sit here and go through all of them. You can do triceps, biceps, anything you can think of. Y'all know what to do with the functional trainer. But that's how you use it. It's pretty simple, and you don't have to load it up. This thing can hold, it'll literally lift as much weight as you can put on there. My weights are kind of thick, so I can't put that many weights on there, but you can pretty much fit as much as you want on there. It's pretty durable. All right, so after using this for about a month or 2 now, I have found some things that are not the most convenient and I don't necessarily like, but they're not deal breakers for me, but I do want to show them to y'all just in case they're deal breakers for you. So I will say, these are not the smoothest. The trolleys are not the smoothest to move up and down. So I will show y'all. I mean, they're not terrible. They're definitely usable, but you just pull here and you kind of have to like use both hands. You can kind of hear that scraping. So they do kind of scrape. It's not the smoothest. I mean, it is what it is. I'm sure there's some ways you can make it smoother, maybe if you lubed them up or something. But yeah, it's just plastic going against here. So they're not the smoothest, but honestly, it don't mess up the functionality at all. You can still use them. It's just not super convenient that way. So that's one thing I found. I will say the I think it's UHMW on these, it does get beat up pretty bad. But I mean, it's just plastic. It's not that big a deal, but that's just from use. It's gonna happen. All your equipment's gonna get use on it over time. But I just wanted to show y'all that. One thing I have noticed about this Smith machine is if you put a lot of weight on the sides, these poles, these guide rods, they will flex. So like I had a lot of weight on here and I was squatting and I was pushing like against it. And I did notice they were bowing a little bit. It did flex a little bit. Now I will say it didn't affect my lift at all. Like I could still do it. And as far as I know, the guide rods are perfectly straight again. So I guess they're built with a little bit of flex in them. So don't let that scare you if you see it flex. I don't think that's a problem, but they could bend over time. They may bend, so just be careful with it. Try to go straight up and down. Don't try to push it forward and backwards because it did have a little flex to it. So that may or may not be an issue in the future. I don't know. All right, so something that's small that really bothers me, it's not that big of a deal, but so these are the little hooks they give you that come with the rack, right? Well, since they're so long, you can't use the top 3 rows of the pegboard here. Like you can't, because this hits the top up here. So like, look, if I try to put this, I don't want to block it. If I try to put this in here, I can't because it hits up here. Like this is hitting the top, so I can't put them in. So the whole top 3 rows of this is useless. The first row I can use is the 4th row. So you just have to slide it in just like that. I mean, that's just a little thing. It's not that big a deal, but that's just something that, I don't know, it just kind of bothers me that I can't use the whole top 3 rows of this, so I have less storage room. I mean, what you could do is you could cut these off, bend them. You could even bend them up if you really want to, or you could get shorter ones. Just go to Amazon or wherever, Walmart, and buy you some shorter ones, and then you would be able to use the top rows of this. But that's just a little nitpicky thing. So that is something to keep in mind. They do give you, I think, like 10 of these hooks, but obviously you probably want to buy more anyway. So if you do buy more, buy some shorter ones so you can use the top 3 rows of this. And also the good thing about this is the holes go through the other side, so you can use the back of this too. So I actually have the leg press plate that they give you that comes with it. I actually have it hanging on the back. That's why you see this one here. So I stored it on the back because I'm not going to use it as often. So I stored it back there to get it out the way. That way I have more room for the front. So another issue that you may run into, you may or may not, is when I first got this rack, this trolley was sticking. Like when I went up and when I let it back down, it wouldn't come down. It would get stuck like right here. And I thought something was broke, so I reached out to their customer service. They gave me a few tips to do. They told me to lube it up real good, and I did, and that fixed the problem. So if you have this issue, just know that it probably needs some lube on these guide rods, and that's what I did, and it don't do that no more. So there's no sticking no more. This goes up and down smoothly. I don't have any issues with that, so shout out to the customer service on that one for helping me with that, because that was an easy fix. They knew exactly what it was, so that's just something that may or may not happen. I just want to let y'all know. All right, so I did want to show y'all where this functional trainer is on this upright. The paint is starting to chip away, so if I lower it down, it's just a little bit of paint chipping off right there. And I guess it's just from this rubbing it, I'm not sure, but that is something to keep in mind. The paint may or may not chip off, and it is starting to show a little bit of signs of rust. But honestly, that's gonna happen. That's just normal wear and tear that you're gonna get on the machine when you actually use it. It's not always gonna be perfect, but that kind of stuff will tend to happen when you have to, lower your price. You gotta save money in certain places, so they just saved on the powder coating there. So it's not a big deal to me because I'm actually gonna put it in the garage and I'm gonna use it. So it's gonna get wear and tear anyways, but that may be a big deal to you, I don't know. I just wanted to show y'all and be transparent about it. Something I do wanna show y'all that I think is really cool is that it comes with a place to store your safety spotter arms and your dip attachment. So you can see your dip attachment here. So there's there's holes on the back, 2 for your dip attachments, 2 for your safety spotter arms. So you just hook these in the hole right here, like so. And then if you want to store your safety spotter arms, I just stick them right here, just like so. I will show you something that happened to this. All right, so one issue that I did find is if you have this trolley loaded up, when you have your safety spotter arms stored back here, it actually, the weights actually will hit here. So if you have this loaded up, you can't put this on because it hits here. So either you have to unload it and do this, or you can kind of just stick it straight in like that if you want to. But it's just a little thing, not that big of a deal. But if you don't have this on here, then you can put it in like normal, and then you can lock it in like that. So that's how that works. So it only becomes a problem when you put a bunch of weight on this trolley. Other than that, you don't have to worry about it. It's just fine. I almost forgot to mention, it also has a landmine attachment here. So one annoyance I have with this landmine attachment is it's kind of in the way. Like I don't like it sticking out like that. That's why I leave the foot plate over there lower down, but it's kind of in the way like this. So the best thing I've found to do is just to pull it back like this. So then it's kind of out of the way a little bit. That's the best I found. Or something else I thought of, they include this little thing in the package. I'm not really sure what this is meant for, but I thought of a good idea. And so in the instructions, it tells you to put a bolt in here and a nut on here. But what you could do is instead of putting the bolt and the nut in here, you could just put this through here when you want to use the landmine, and then when you don't want to use it, just pull this out, take the landmine off, store it on your accessory rack or on your shelf or anywhere, and then it won't be in the way while you're not using it. And then if you wanted to set it up to use it, you could just use this, put this back on here, slip it in like that, use it, and then when you're done, take it off. Or you could just put the bolt and nut on there like I did and just leave it there. I found that if you just push it back like this, it's really not in the way that much. You don't want to trip. Like if you have it out here, you may trip over it or hit it or kick it or something. So it's not ideal. So I just take it and I'll roll it back like that, and then it's kind of out of the way. So I hadn't really had any issues since I started doing that. So like again, it's just a little thing, but it's just a slight annoyance. But this would be a good idea. If you didn't want it there, you could just put this in when you wanted to use it and then pull it out when you didn't want to use it. So yeah, I like the landmine attachment. I actually use this a lot. I like to do rows and stuff with it. So yeah, landmine attachment, that's a nice touch. And then last but not least, we have the bench here. So I did get the red color bench. Overall, it's a decent bench. I mean, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It is inclined, so you can incline it all the way up to here. It's got different levels, so super nice. I will say it's not the sturdiest bench ever. So it's not like super heavy. It actually is pretty light. So if you work out with a spouse or something, and this is a way easier to move than most benches. Like I have another bench and it's extremely heavy. It's probably like 200 pounds, so it's hard to move. This one, you can move with one hand, no problem, so that's nice. But with that being said, since it's made out of slightly less heavy materials, it's not as sturdy. So I will say there is a little bit of wobble. It don't really affect my lifts at all, but I noticed that when I tighten it down more to make it more sturdy, then I can't move the lever on. So I've noticed when I tighten it down more, I can't move this arm at all. See, it's pretty loose right now, and you can tighten it up more, but this is where the kind of wiggle is at. And when I tighten it down, then you can't move this up and down. It just stays in one area. So you have to loosen it up a little bit just to be able to adjust this, so you can adjust a different angle. So I loosen it up, and it does make it wiggle a lot. It's not a huge deal. I probably could tighten it down a little more, and I probably will. But same thing with the seat here. This one's actually tightened a little more, so it's not as, see how it's stuck up right here? Like this is stuck. I have to kind of push it down and pull it up. It's not a huge deal, but I probably will go back and tighten this one up a little bit more so there's not as much wobble. I will say I've used this bench a ton of times and it doesn't affect my lift at all. Like once you get your body weight on here and you push down on it and you put a weight against it, it don't really wiggle. It's kind of sturdy, so you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, like I said, it's super easy to pick up. Just one hand, it's got wheels. You can move it, no problem. And it's just a normal bench. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. I actually really like the bench. And it's got the branding right there on the top. So yeah, super nice. They do have a black colorway in this one as well. But the red bench just provides a little bit of pop. So check out the different colors they got. All right, so on top of the rack, you can also order some bumper plates to go with it. So I did want to show y'all the bumper plates. They are the colored ones. So it comes with 10s. You can also get them all, there's different sets you can buy. So I have all the way from 10s all the way up to 45. You can also get up to 55. But the 10s are black, super nice. They're just bumper plates. Nothing super fancy. They do their job, they do what we're supposed to do. It also comes with 15s. So I hadn't really seen a lot of 15s like this, so that's cool. The 15s are gray, and then it goes up to 25s. So check those out. 25s are green. Has our EVOLPOW name on there. Then you have the yellows, which is 35. They're all the same branding on all of them. Those are the 35. Then you have the big boys, 45-pound plates. That's in blue. Check it out. Super nice. These are 2-inch plates. And then you can also get 55s as well. I don't have the 55s, but you can get those as well. So you can add that to the rack and buy it as a bundle, and you actually get a little better deal on it that way. So if you need some bumper plates, I definitely recommend those as well. And the colors add a little nice touch. I don't know why, but I really like the different colors because most weights are all the same color. So I like that. It's easy to tell which one you got, how much weight it is. because it's the same color, it's a different color. So yeah, and that is going to do it for the review today. I hope this video helped you determine if you want to get this rack or not. I do recommend it. I will put a link so you can see what the current prices are. I don't know if the prices fluctuate, but I think this setup I have goes for around $1,500, $1,200 or so. I can't remember exactly how much I'll put it on the screen how much this is going for right now, because I know the accessories pack adds a little bit to it and the weights add a little bit to it as well. So I'll put it on the screen somewhere how much it's going right now. But check out the link, because I'm sure the prices are going to fluctuate a little bit. So check out the link in the description. But yeah, hope y'all learned. Hope this helped y'all make a decision on if you want to get this rack or not. I do recommend it. It does have some downside, but there also are a lot of upsides to this. And I think the pros outweigh the cons by a lot, especially when y'all see the price on this. The price on this is way cheaper than any other competitor out there. Now, I will say you get less quality than the other brands, but you save a ton of money. So this is going to be more for your budget, beginner friendly type garage gyms. But I've been working out for years and I love it. So definitely give this one a shot.